Hello, I'm Tiago Architect, a solutions architect at AWS working with ISVs. And I am pleased to have Alex with here today talking to share a bit more about SoftwareOne's experience as a SaaS competency partner. Alex, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us about who SoftwareOne is and how you can help customers with their SaaS journey and strategy.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for having me today, Tiago. As you said, I'm Alex Galbraith. I'm the CTO of our AWS business at SoftwareOne. Bit about me, I've been in IT for 20 odd years, hence the grey beard, and working in cloud and architecture for a little over half of that. To answer your question about who are SoftwareOne, SoftwareOne, we're a leading global provider of software, cloud, data, and AI solutions. And we see ourselves as really redefining how organizations build, buy, and manage everything in the cloud. Our customer journey really always starts with finding a mutual understanding of the customer's aspirations. So specifically in terms of SaaS customers, this means understanding where customers are today, what business and technical outcomes they're looking to achieve. And then we use what we call our proven next-gen ISV framework or methodology to help them bridge the gap that's in a way that's going to be best for them. We've done this a lot of times with customers, and on the basis of our learnings, we've actually got a much more holistic view of what we think of as the path to true SaaS. Now that could be as narrow as technically achieving a transformation and moving into the cloud, but it can also be as wide as helping customers to commercially transform their products and then execute a change management process inside of their own business. Fundamentally, the path to SaaS is as much a people and a process challenge as it is a technical challenge. Once we've actually understood the customer and their source architecture and what their application is doing, we typically see a few common paths, and at that point we would typically tailor to the customer's needs. So maybe they're moving to cloud and they just want a single tenant solution and they're ready to kind of SaaSify their application up front. Perhaps they're moving to cloud, but they actually need to modernize that application and needs significant work to either modernize it to go single tenant or potentially go to an even further step to a multi-tenant application. And then the last one that we see is quite commonly customers will move to cloud, provide a SaaS solution to keep them going in the meantime, whilst they actually then rebuild their application from the ground up as a multi-tenant application. I think the key concern here for ISVs, it can cost up to a year of revenue commonly to modernize an application for an ISV if they're really starting fundamentally from scratch again. The key for SoftwareOne is we're in quite a unique position because we have really deep skills in licensing and cost optimization and a number of other areas. So we actually work with customers to reduce cost up front for their existing operations and use those funds to then help fund that modernization.
Awesome. I like that you mentioned that it's more than just technical discussions. It's a lot more than that when you discuss about SaaS. And what has been your experience as a SaaS competency partner so far?
So, well, even before we were on the competency program, we've always had great support from AWS. But I would say since joining the program and becoming a SaaS competency partner, that's multiplied, 4x or something from the team. So I'd say the benefits we've seen, it certainly immediately gives us credibility with customers. So walking in with the badge and having AWS say that they're validated us and our skills against being able to deliver this for ISVs is great. But AWS have also helped us to accelerate our business. So they're helping us to spread our message, not only inside of AWS, but also outside in the wider market. They've been helping us with enablement of our teams so that our teams and our sales teams in particular can more accurately position services into that SaaS market. They've also helped with funding, so funding to support the growth of our AWS business and our customer opportunities. And lastly, and I think this is one of the most powerful ones really, is the opportunity to run a co-sell motion with the AWS sales team. So where a SoftwareOne seller and an AWS seller goes in to help those customers simultaneously.
Awesome. And talking about SoftwareOne, what are some of the areas of expertise or industries that you consider that set SoftwareOne apart?
So I'd say from an industry perspective, we actually cover a really wide variety of customers in different verticals. We try not to be too tight on that front. So everything from finance to manufacturing, retail, public sector, et cetera, et cetera. I think the key here for us is that we're not just a cloud infrastructure company. It was one of the reasons I joined SoftwareOne. I've only been here for about 2.5 years now. And I joined because of the really strong application services capability within the business. We actually have 1,500 developers globally who can help organizations not just to move those applications to the cloud, but actually modernize and transform them once they're there. Another key area, and I think it's probably quite timely, I suppose, with the zeitgeist, or however you want to put it, we actually have a really deep capability in data and artificial intelligence. So we see, especially for ISVs and SaaS vendors, AI integration into SaaS applications is kind of transforming those businesses. I would say it's automating complex tasks. It's helping them with decision making. From the app experience perspective, it's providing more personalized user experiences. And I think from a product team perspective in those ISVs, it's giving them better visibility and understanding of the applications, how they're being used, etc., to help them to make more informed decisions about their future releases of those products. For me personally as well, as a business and an IT app user, I see virtually every ISV looking to add some form of AI capability, cynical or uncynical. But the way that we look at this is adding the right capabilities to truly add value to those applications, not just to say we have an AI enabled app. That's really where the value comes. So adopting AI and machine learning technology can help companies have a competitive edge, definitely help them differentiate themselves, but only if it really truly adds value to the product and to the user experience. And I think many organizations, especially in that ISV space, are going through not only trying to go from on-prem to SaaS in the cloud, but now they're also trying to do this and make it an AI-enabled SaaS, which is really challenging. And those organizations, we see, a very wide variety of different organizations at different maturity levels. But we see they all have the same common challenges, things like data quality. How do I integrate this? Do we have the skills to be able to achieve this? And one of the ways that SoftwareOne can help is we help customers to overcome those challenges via our robust and repeatable framework, which we call Intelligence Fabric. So wherever a customer is in that maturity journey, we help them to take that next step and that next step towards that AI-enabled and AI-delivered application. So, yes.
Thank you, Alex. And I see you speak a lot about having results and not just doing for doing. Would you mind speaking a bit more about what are the results that you achieved at Perennial?
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, it was a fantastic experience, I think, both for the customer and ourselves. From the outcome perspective, they significantly improved the performance, the scalability, and the availability of their application, especially at peak times. They're able to now onboard customers faster through deployment automation. It's now opened up global expansion opportunities for the business because of this global footprint they have available through AWS. And then lastly, and not least, they've made their application available via AWS Marketplace, which allows them to open up new revenue streams.
Great. And if customers want to engage with SoftwareOne, how should they approach?
So that's a really interesting question because we have 65,000-ish customers today. So we have some fantastic relationships and a lot of customer journeys start there. But regardless of whether those existing these are existing customers or not, the key for us is to start by gaining an understanding of where those customers are today and where they want to be. And then we help them to address the gap across both the technical and the business side.
Awesome. And if you had one recommendation to give to customers that are building a SaaS application, what would it be?
That's an easy one. I'd say call SoftwareOne.
Great. Alex, I appreciate you for being here with us today, sharing about SoftwareOne and what you did with Brainio. It's always great to see such success cases with AWS competency partners. Thank you.
Thanks very much for having us.